G'day, and today we're going to be talking about the Golden Age Sandman. Now, this is going to be my first of many videos talking about the Golden Age of comics, because, I don't know, I feel that they're severely underrated and deserve to have a little bit more praise thrown their way. So today we're going to start off with, it wasn't Batman, it wasn't Superman, but we're going to start off with some of the other classic heroes, and one of my favourites, Sandman. Starting off in Adventure Comics 40 in 1939, Sandman is the hero that never committed a crime. He's just extremely fond of breaking and entering. So his deal is that he will go around and he will use his gas gun to put all these criminals to sleep, and then he will sprinkle them with sand so that the police know that it was the Sandman that apprehended these people. Now, this does actually get, misused in one of the stories, how someone goes around using sand that isn't the Sandman just to frame him, and the police aren't exactly, fond of him, so he doesn't really work on great terms with them. So the Sandman, Wesley Dodds, is basically this guy who thought one day he wanted to stop crime firsthand, and it's like, that's literally it. He wears a World War I gas mask so that he doesn't get affected by any of the gas, the sleeping gas that he uses, but apart from that, he's just a regular dude. He's not super proficient with like hand-to-hand fighting, but he knows his stuff, but he's nowhere near like a Batman, for example. And it's really a simpler time, so when you hear like origin stories, they're nothing really huge or amazing. But Sandman, or at least the Golden Age version of him, I really enjoyed all of these old stories, even if it's just for like a smile and stuff. So this, it collects, it even says on the back, it collects Adventure Comics numbers 40 to 59, and the New York's World's Fair comics of 1939 and 1940. I definitely, if you guys have any inkling or any urge to go and check out what comics used to be like, just definitely pick up the Sandman, because he's one of my favourite dudes, and I've always been partial towards superheroes that had no powers, but they still went out there to almost be vigilantes and fight justice in their own way, and Sandman definitely does that. And something that I think is particularly cool is, in a particularly progressive manner for 1939 and the 1940 onwards, Diane, his partner, and, girlfriend and whatnot, but, she actually goes on these crimes with him, and he listens to what she has to say. She's not this damsel in distress, although there are some cases like that. But she can hold her own for the most part, and actually helps Wesley Dodds in a number of his cases. So I thought that was pretty cool, that even back then you could see these strong female characters in comics. Unfortunately, there's not really much of an ongoing story. It's just a issue-by-issue thing, but definitely well worth looking at. I've read this, the entire archive 3 times now, just because I really like the Sandman. So, I guess if I had to give it a rating, now, these aren't so much reviews as we're just going back and looking at them, but if I had to give it a rating, just from a personal standpoint, I would give it like an 8, because there is no sort of continuing story, and it's just like, it's a really personal thing to me that I love it personally, but I couldn't recommend it to a lot of other people, so for me, it gets an 8. But for you guys, I couldn't say. So try it out, tell me what you think. Catch you later.